shout out to you. Okay, all right. So welcome to the show. I like to just give some update. Last week I couldn't give you guys any update on what is happening. I don't know where that conversation is now, but let me just share. Like we on the 4th of May we read FG disconnect discos from National Grid over debts. We don't know how this conversation is going, but it means maybe there will be a lot of or there has been a lot of areas without power for a while now. And call me if you want to share. Do you have power in your area? How is the power sort of situation in your area in the last couple of weeks? Maybe in the last 1 week. Do you have lights? How are you coping? Call me on 0700 993 993 993. I would like to hear from you before I pull up my guest who's in the studio and what we have to share this morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that. Okay, all right. We'll get straight into the conversation today. I have a very fantastic guest in the studio. We've been talking offline, and she had a lot to share. Okay, I have a caller. Let me just take this before. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Power Solutions.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Power Solutions. Do you have light in your area? Do you want to tell me about it?
This is Tina from Ikpopo.
Okay.
In Ikorodu.
Talk to me.
We don't ever have light. Since
Why?
I moved to this area.
Why?
They said they doing it in Sabo.
Okay.
And 2 weeks ago, they put it on for like 2 days. They said they are finished doing it. Now, you see the way they give us like very wicked way.
So have you thought of using solar?
Video. They will bring light at 11, take it in the night, take it at 2. They bring light at 1 o'clock, take it at 4 in the night. During the day, no light at all.
Okay, so have you thought of switching to solar? That's the question I want to ask you now. Have you thought of switching to solar?
If it's not too expensive.
Okay, just listen on the show. All right, if it's not too expensive, is what I hear very often on the show. Anyways, so today on the show, the phone lines are buzzing, but guys, take it easy. Let us listen in first, and then we'll call in a few more minutes. I have a guest in the studio. Today we are talking about challenges with accessing professional solar installers. So one of the reasons why some people have told me in the past why they've not been able to sort of use solar is maybe they don't have, they don't know who can best, install these things for them. Some people have had bad experience installing solar in their homes, and some landlords don't want solar on their roof. Maybe they've had somebody that came to mess up their roof trying to install solar. But installation process is a very important part of having solar in your home. So today I have a guest in the studio who is going to help us dissect some of this. Her name is Chinwe Udo-Davis. She's founder and CEO of Instollar. So Instollar is spelled INSTOLLA. So Instollar, her company is helping people solve these challenges of accessing professional solar installers. Okay, good. That's a very good part of the intro. Chinwe, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
You need to come close. Yes.
Thank you.
All right, welcome to the show. It's good to have you finally on the show since we connected last year.
Yes.
And I was very happy. I want to have this conversation. Who will I pull to have this? And I remembered you. I was like, okay, good. Let's pull into the studio to come in. How are you doing today?
I'm very well. Thank you for the opportunity.
I hope the weather didn't cause any wahala this morning.
No, not
okay,
at all.
Good. All right. So, you heard the first caller about light issue. So the situation is really bad in many areas.
Absolutely.
But the essence of the show is trying to help people switch to solar. That's why we call it Power Solutions. You have power problem, we give you the solution. And that's why we have people like you in the studio today. So, but let us start by let's get to meet you. I've read a lot about your background and profile, but while doing that, something struck me. You have a background as a strategic human resource professional.
Yes.
Spanning over 20 years.
Yes.
And suddenly you started a solar company.
Yes.
How? What happened in that transition? What? Talk to me. I want to learn. What happened in that transition? What was it?
Okay, so 12 years out of that 20, I've been in power and renewable energy companies
Okay.
as HR director.
Okay.
So I was HR director for Schneider Electric
Okay.
for English-speaking West Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And then I joined another French renewable energy company where I was Chief Human Resource Officer
Okay.
for another couple of years before, branching out and starting my own company. So really, why? A lot of people have asked this question, why? It's because of the gap, I see, especially with the challenges I faced as a HR director,
Okay.
assessing professional solar installers, right? So it's a big problem.
It's a big one.
It's a big problem. So this is why Instollar, this is why we've created Instollar to try, to contribute to solving the problem.
The problem. Good.
Yeah.
I love that part. Now, just going down again. Now, the name of the company is Instollar. I mean, it's sort of confusing if you don't. So each time my Word document puts a red line on the name.
Yes, yes.
What Instollar? How did you come about that?
Okay, so it's an infusion of solar and install.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because so the focus is professional solar installers. And I mean, while looking for a name, we thought about so many things. And, finally, my co-founder, brought this up among all of the things we have tried, which we thought it was the best because it's an infusion of solar and installation.
Easier to explain just the way you have. So let's go into what do you now do. Now you've been talking about assessing professional as installer. So is this just primarily what the company does?
Okay, so Instollar, really what we are is we're a freelancing marketplace. Okay, so this is what we're creating, a freelancing marketplace. So on our platform, the whole idea is for solar companies. And some people have actually described us. Someone said to me in Kigali, when we explained, it was like, okay, you're actually Uberizing solar installation.
I like the thought of that, Uberizing.
Uberizing. Someone has said, oh, it's a matchmaking thing. I'm like, okay, it's not a love story, right? So this is it. So on the platform, where we've created this platform where solar installers and solar companies can meet. So the whole idea is to solve this gap, which we're going to talk about more in the industry. So like I said, 12 years in this industry, working for companies, working on solar projects. So there was a lot of challenges assessing. I faced, finding people, especially at the right location. So imagine you're a company based in Lagos and you have a mini grid project in Kaduna, for example. So we have to think about moving the people to that location. You have to think of security. You have to think of lodging. Okay, imagine. Lodging the people, right? And oftentimes, so it creates a bigger payroll cost for you as well, right? Because you have to move people and pay per diems. You have to feed, you have to give per diem. And then with the security challenges in the country as well, you have to, in fact, I remember a project we did at Mubi. We had to actually bring vigilante Mubi, that's in Niger State. Niger State, okay. We had to bring vigilante on site, right? So we had to also organize that, talk to security companies, go there. So just to go straight now, why do you see this? Why is it a challenge like this? Is it that there are no opportunities? People don't see opportunities in this renewable energy sector, solar sector? Or are the opportunities not visible enough? Why do you think there's this gap? Yeah. So I think there's the gap for several reasons. One, solar. So solar probably started in Nigeria, let's say 8-10 years ago. Right? And before then, even in our curriculum, we didn't study. There were no people professionally studying solar energy, So when we started at Schneider and at Greenelec, we had to even train. So the closest you had were the traditional electricians. And it's not exactly the same thing. So it's a knowledge that can be transferred, but you need to train them to be able to, install the solar technology. So I think this is one of the challenges. Training. Right? We, as everything else in our educational sector, we don't plan ahead for the future. We never planned for the future. So solar came and we were not prepared. We didn't have the workforce. So that's one. Then two, I think also when even he started, we didn't trust. A lot of Nigerians didn't trust them.
And there were a lot of bad products at the time. People just imported a lot of stuff that messed people up.
Everything flooded the market. So that also then further affected the trust people had on the product. So when you talk to people, even today, they'll tell you, "Oh no, I don't want solar. It doesn't work."
It doesn't work.
Yeah, so
like this caller said earlier, it's too expensive.
Yes.
If it's not expensive, and it's what I experienced a lot during the show.
It is actually expensive because the technology is expensive. But then the industry in Nigeria is beginning to mature.
Okay.
There are a lot of companies have come in with different type of solutions. So even the cost problem has a solution. Because there are companies now offering pay as you go,
and their products are cheap as 30,000 naira. Solar home systems you can even buy. And then good.
Absolutely.
All right. I have in the studio with me Chinwe Udo-Davis, who is founder and CEO Instollar, and we have been discussing challenges with accessing professional solar installers. In Nigeria, and as you know, this is Power Solutions. Power Solutions is powered by Allon Energy Impact Investment Company in partnership with your number one talk station, Nigeria Info. Yes. So how do we solve this problem, this challenge? How do people get the right professionals to install solars in their homes? And I'm talking to Chinwe Udo-Davis, founder and CEO Instollar, to give us insight on what our company is working on. All right, Chinwe, back to you. I know a lot of people will be itching to call to ask you a lot of questions, but when I was reading or studying about what your company is doing, I noticed in short term you want to identify, you want to train, and you also want to deploy 10,000 of these talents in this sector. And when I look further again, you said you want to do this across Africa by the end of 2030, and you want to do it in like 1 million talent. This is ambitious. This is ambitious. Looking at the gap we have and sort of this goal you've set for your company. How far have you gone? What's the progress so far? You've been doing this for the last couple of years now. And what's the plan to achieve? 1 million talent long term.
I know. So it's quite an ambitious.
Yeah. First, what have you? What has the progress been so far?
Done, yeah. Okay. So Installer, we're actually about 7-8 months old.
Okay, 7-8 months old.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. We actually launched in Kigali last year in October. So
okay.
So what we've done so far now, in terms of the target, it's doable because so data have shown that by 2040, the energy installations, the solar energy installations in Africa would, it will be huge. I can't remember the exact number now, but that they're so because we have the power of the sun, right? We have the solution readily in our hands. Now the gap is the workforce, and then when you marry that with unemployment, we also have huge unemployment, and then we have a need for solar installation. So I think it's a no-brainer, right? To begin to pull in people into the employment net through this opportunity. It's an opportunity for everybody, and people are beginning to understand that solar can solve their power problems. So across the ecosystem, we're all beginning to buy into it. So the end user, the companies. So it's now the training. We need to train these people and pull people. So back to the question of what have we done. So right now on our platform, we have about 1,000.
Yeah, in 8 months, we've got 1,000 already.
So we have 1,000 that have registered. But we're vetting. We're going through a rigorous vetting system. Okay.
So let me get it now. So you put the talent on your platform. You identify them.
Yes.
You vet their skills. Yes. Okay.
So we identify, we pull in, they go through a vetting process. So we need to know what your previous experience is, your project portfolio, and all of that. And then we categorize people. So there are people who are already experienced and can get on the
project.
Get
straight
on the
up
project, get on the freelancing service. And then there are people that need to be trained, and we're constantly partnering with training partners to then pull those people into training. So yes, it looks like an ambitious target, but we know we can
it's
do
doable.
That, so
it's doable.
Right now, Nigeria is a huge market, right? We're thinking Even this year, we're going to go into Kenya. We already have the
because your long-term goal says you will be doing this across Kenya, Ghana.
Yeah. So it's a Pan-African project.
Okay.
It's a what we're doing. It's something that's needed across Africa, right? And just to clarify, so it's a freelancing marketplace.
Okay.
It's not a recruitment service.
Okay. Your installer isn't employing them.
No.
Okay.
It's a freelancing. So we're
like a middleman.
Yeah, we're offering this freelancing platform, but because we have to ensure the credibility on the people on the platform.
So you vet them.
We have to vet. We have to train.
Okay.
Right. So solar companies can register, get on there based on your location. You go, you find, so you can search Kaduna.
So you
Lagos.
Uberize these people.
Yeah, and then you identify someone closest to your project location. So you're not incurring extra costs. You're not thinking about security and things like that. Yeah.
Lagos, if you're listening to this, and feel free to join the conversation. You can call me on 0700 993 993 993. Okay. All right. Now, if you people, Power Africa has a research on it, Bloomberg has a research on it. They said, the jobs in clean energy in Nigeria is to double by this year. And that's what you were trying to share before.
Yes.
And experts say because of the increased demand in Nigerians working in the renewable energy sector, so there's a surge in people wanting these power solutions, solar power and all of that. So a lot of jobs will be created. We are in Q2 already. From the work you're doing, do you see this to be true, especially for this year? How many companies have reached out to you to say, oh, maybe they want some of this talent, they had projects? Have you got
so it's quite a number. We're still trying to push out the awareness, but at the moment we're working with a couple of companies to install their solutions. So yes, there is a lot of opportunities.
Let's take these phone calls. The phone lines are buzzing. Hello, good morning. Please turn down the volume of your radio set. Hello, good morning. Okay, please, when you call me, try to turn down the volume of your radio set so we don't get a feedback and we can hear you when you want to speak, please. All right, so while we wait for calls to come in again, just move to my next question. So you're helping us connect with solar installers, professionals or experts. Now, you've tried to explain how you do this, but how much does it cost?
For us?
Yeah, how much does it cost someone to come on your platform or a business to get the talent? Yeah. What's the cost implication around all of this? I'm sure it's not free. Uber is not free.
So for the installers, right, really at this moment it costs nothing.
Okay.
For the installers. For the companies.
Let me hold your thoughts so we'll take this call. Sorry. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Power Solutions. Yes, good morning. Your name?
My name is Melvin from
all right. Yeah.
I just want to get the name of the company, like spelling.
Okay, it's called Instollar. So Instollar. Instollar. Yes, so install, but remove the A and put an O. So Stollar.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Okay, I struggle with the spelling too, bro. So
Don't worry, you get to know it.
All right, go on with your thought on that.
Yes.
How much it costs?
Yeah, so the
installer is free?
Yeah, for the installers at the moment it's free. But for the companies there is an administrative charge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope it's not plenty money.
No, it's not. So it's a percentage of what goes to the installer.
Okay.
Right, and then what goes to the installer, it's relative based on your project solution.
Okay.
So because the installation can be anywhere from a 2 kVA to 15 kVA. So the price is not fixed, right?
Okay. All right. I'm speaking to Chinwe Udo-Davis. She's founder and CEO Instollar. So maybe I should help you say it with installer.com. Maybe you can just look them up. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Your name?
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, this is Adegoke from Lekki.
All right, go on. You have
we know there's always power issues in Nigeria, especially in my place. We have light like just 4 times in a month.
Wow.
And mostly out of the 4 times, 3 of them is flash. They just flash the light and that's all.
So should we send an installer to your house now?
I actually have an inverter, but the issue now I want your guest to address is the issue of batteries. My batteries have run down and they don't last. And
you just have an inverter. You don't have solar panels on your roof.
I have panels. I have like 6 big panels up.
Okay.
It carries my fridge, TV, everything in the house.
So your battery runs down a lot.
Yes, it runs. In fact, it's already down. So when at night I just switch it on, it doesn't last for more than 10 minutes or 5 minutes off.
Wow.
Okay, so that battery is gone. And to buy battery
how long have you had the battery?
It is almost 2 years now. Almost.
Okay. All right. So we'll address your question in a few seconds because of time.
Yeah. So what exactly is being done about battery issues? Because they are expensive too. It's not easy to just get.
Okay. Sorry. We had to go on because of time. So battery issue, inverter issue. I'll share first before I let you go. I mean, most people don't manage energy properly. Reason why there's an issue with the battery most of the time. But again, most people have inverters. They don't have solar panels. Some people have inverters and solar panels. I mean, how do you help this person solve this problem now? What do you think? Is that the battery for 2 years? From at the top of my mind, I'm thinking he doesn't manage energy properly. Maybe that's one challenge. But what would you say is the problem?
I mean, I think it's the quality, right? So that's the first thing when you're investing in this. You have to think of the quality. So oftentimes, of course, because of economic reasons, people, look at pricing. But the truth is that the cheaper ones are not as good as the ones that
I don't know if he has what's it?
I don't know what
the kind of battery he has.
So so I've had I've had inverters for the last 10 years, right? The first one we installed, when I had my daughter 10 years ago, that we changed it just three years ago. It actually lasted 7 years.
The inverter,
the battery, because the inverter hardly goes bad. You can have your inverter very, very.
Is it lithium?
So the first one, yes, it was a lithium battery, but now we've changed to the gel type battery, and I think we've had it for another 3 years as well. So really, it's around the quality. You probably need to do some research around that brand, the quality, get word of mouth from other people who have used it. And then back to your question about solar panels and inverters. So there are different type of inverters. Some inverters are not solar inverters. Okay. Right? Okay. So that you have an inverter does not mean it must go with it has to be a solar inverter for you to have solar panels on it.
Most people don't know this. People just buy one inverter and keep in the house and they're expecting magic to happen in a way. And
doesn't work.
Okay, so we still have time for one more question and one more call, and quickly just as we round up, I would like to know what are some of the challenges you've experienced? Doing this in the last 8 months. Yeah. Would you want to share any of the challenges you've experienced and how you plan to address it? It's not going to be an easy task, especially vetting this talent in where we have Nigeria. So, what are some of the challenges you've experienced so far? Quickly,
I think one of our biggest challenges is honesty.
Honesty. They can lie.
A lot of people are not honest around their experience, and I think it's probably the whole.
Let me take this call quickly before I know Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Sorry, calling back. I didn't get the name properly. So I saw Instollar business.
We'll come back to you on that.
Okay.
Please go on.
Okay, yeah. So it's honesty. A lot of people are not honest around their experience. So oftentimes people just copy and paste CVs, right? So it makes the vetting process even more difficult. Yeah, because then we have to also, it's probably during interviewing, when we're going through the test, because they have to write a technical test. So on paper they look good, but then when they do the technical tests, they are.
All right, so we are running out of time because the news is up next very soon. We have a few more minutes, but just in case people want to reach you, who will be interested to come on this freelancing platform. Yeah. You want to share a number or phone number they can reach, your email? Yeah, please.
Absolutely. Okay, so Instollar is spelled INSTOLLAR.
Okay.
So our website is Instollar.com. So on there, companies and would-be installers, can go and register and be part of the platform. And then our number is 070-5630-5964.
Please, slowly.
070 56305964.
All right, thank you so much, Chinwe Udo-Davis, founder and CEO, Instollar. And we'll be discussing challenges with accessing professional solar installers. My name is Wisdom Chapp-Jumbo, and this is Power Solutions, powered by Allon Energy Impact Investment Company in partnership with Nigeria Info, your number one talk station. And wow, today I really enjoyed the episode, and you can continue this conversation next week as we come back 11:30 on Monday. But of course, you can find Allon on socials at Allon Energy in case you want to learn more. And on YouTube, you can watch this episode again on our YouTube channel at Allon Energy on YouTube. So just find that on the YouTube channel to connect again. But of course, Chinwe, thank you so much. It's been a fantastic time. We hope to have you back again sometime.
It was very short.
It was very
I look forward to coming back.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.